The U.S. Mint tried to bury this secret for decades. Right now, ordinary Americans are pulling coins out of dresser drawers worth over $1,000 each, and most don't even know it. By the end of this video, you'll know all 20 of them and exactly how to spot the real thing. Let's start with the holy grail of pennies, the 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent. When designer Victor David Brunner placed his initials, VDB, on the back of the very first Lincoln pennies, the public threw a fit. The mint quickly removed them, but not before 484,000 were struck in San Francisco. Today, even a worn 1909 SVDB sells for $750 to $1,500. A pristine one? Over $10,000. Check the back, bottom rim for those three small letters. If you see them with an S on the front, you've struck gold. But coin number 2 is even stranger. The 1943 copper wheat penny shouldn't exist. During World War II, copper was rationed for shell casings, so the U.S. Mint switched to zinc-coated steel pennies. But a few copper blanks accidentally got fed into the presses. Only about 20 genuine 1943 copper pennies are known to exist. One sold at auction for $1.7 million. Even a damaged example fetches 100,000 or more. Here's the test. Grab a magnet. If your 1943 penny sticks, it's steel and worth maybe 10 cents. If it doesn't stick and looks copper, call an expert immediately. Wait until you see the next one. Now imagine seeing double, literally. The 1955 doubled die Lincoln penny is one of the most famous mint errors in American history. A misaligned die caused the date and lettering "Liberty and in God We Trust" to appear doubled, like a ghost shadow. About 20,000 escaped into circulation through Pennsylvania and New England. Collectors today pay $1,500 for a worn example and over $15,000 for high-grade specimens. Hold the penny under a lamp and look closely at the date. If the numbers look blurry or echoed, you may be holding a small fortune. But the next coin is silver. The 1916 D Mercury dime is the king of dimes. When the Mint introduced the beautiful winged Liberty design in 1916, Denver only produced 264,000 of them, the lowest mintage of any Mercury dime ever. Most got worn down to nothing in pocket change during the Depression. A well-worn 1916 D today sells for $1,000 to $3,000. An uncirculated one tops $20,000. Look for the small D mint mark on the reverse, just left of the bundle of sticks. If your grandpa kept silver dimes in a jar, check every 1916 carefully. Coin number 5 is even rarer. The 1932 D Washington quarter was born in the depths of the Great Depression. Denver struck only 436 on 800 of them, the lowest of any Washington quarter ever produced. People were so broke they spent every coin they had, so survivors are scarce. A circulated 1932 D fetches $150 to $500, while uncirculated examples soar past $5,000. Check your old quarter jars and look for the D mint mark on the reverse below the eagle. This coin came out the same year Roosevelt was elected, a piece of history worth checking. But wait until you hear about the 1893 dollar. The 1893 S. Morgan silver dollar is legendary among collectors. San Francisco minted just 100,000 of these beautiful silver dollars, the lowest mintage of any business strike Morgan. Most were melted down or lost over time. Today, even a heavily worn 1893 S sells for $3,000 to $5,000. A pristine example recently sold for over $2 million at auction. Look for the S mint mark on the reverse, beneath the eagle. If your grandmother kept silver dollars wrapped in tissue paper in a jewelry box, 1893 S is the date to pray for. But the next coin is forbidden history. The 1885 trade dollar wasn't supposed to exist. Trade dollars were originally minted for commerce with Asia, but production officially ended in 1878. Then, in 1885, the mint secretly struck just 5 proof trade dollars, and no one knows exactly why. These coins were kept hidden for decades before surfacing in collector circles. Today, an 1885 trade dollar sells for $1.5 to $4 million. While you're unlikely to find one, any trade dollar from the 1870s in your family's belongings is worth at least $200 and often much more. Now let's talk about half cents. The 1796 Drape Bust half cent is one of the rarest early American coins. Fewer than 1,400 were minted, and perhaps 100 survive today. Even in poor condition, this little copper coin sells for $15,000 to $50,000. If your family has been in America for generations, especially the original colonies, check any old copper coins carefully. Look for the draped bust Liberty design and the date 1796. Half cents were used for everyday purchases when a penny was a meaningful amount of money. The next coin came from the Wild West. The 1870 S-seated Liberty dollar is a ghost coin. Records show San Francisco was supposed to mint thousands, but only 9 examples are known to exist today. One theory says the rest were placed inside a cornerstone of the new San Francisco Mint building as a time capsule. Each known 1870 S sells for over $1 million. Check any seated Liberty dollar dated 1870 with an S mint mark. It could be the find of a lifetime. Even common seated Liberty dollars start at $300. Next up, a buffalo with 3 legs. The 1937 D three-legged buffalo nickel is a famous error. A mint worker polished a die too aggressively and accidentally removed one of the buffalo's front legs. Thousands entered circulation before anyone noticed. Today, a well-worn 3-legged buffalo sells for $500 to $1,500, and pristine examples top $10,000. Look at the reverse of any 1937 D buffalo nickel. If the buffalo appears to have only 3 legs, with a stream of dirt instead of the 4th leg, you've got a small fortune. Buffalo nickels were used heavily during the Dust Bowl years. Next, a quarter from 1901. The 1901 S Barber quarter is one of the toughest coins in the entire American series. San Francisco struck just 72,664 of them, and most got worn smooth in everyday commerce at the turn of the century. Today, even a heavily circulated 1901 S Barber quarter sells for $4,000 to $8,000. A pristine example brings 100,000 or more. Look for the S mint mark on the reverse below the eagle and confirm the date reads 1901. Barber quarters were the workhorse coin of the Edwardian era. Next up, a half dollar that broke records. The 1838 O-capped bust. Half dollar is American royalty. Only 20 of these silver half dollars were struck at the New Orleans Mint as proofs, making it one of the rarest U.S. coins of the 19th century. When one surfaces, it sells for $400,000 to over $1 million. If you have any capped bust half dollar from 1838 with an O mint mark, stop everything and get it authenticated. Even common capped bust halves are worth $100 to $500. These coins traveled the Mississippi during the steamboat era. Now, Let's flip to a tiny 3-cent coin. The 1873 cc 3-cent silver piece is bizarre and rare. The Carson City Mint struck 3-cent silvers, tiny coins barely larger than a fingernail, and the 1873 cc is the rarest of all. Maybe a dozen exist today. Each one sells for 50,000 or more. 3-cent silvers were created to help people buy 3-cent postage stamps without using copper pennies. If you find any tiny silver coin marked with 3 cents and a Carson City CC mint mark, hold onto it tight. Wild West mining history in your hand. Next, we go to gold. The 1854 S half-eagle gold coin is the stuff of legend. San Francisco minted only 268 of these $5 gold pieces during the gold rush. Today, only 3 are known to survive. One sold at auction for over $2 million. Even more common 1850s Liberty Head gold coins sell for $1,000 to $10,000 each. Check any old gold pieces in your family's safe deposit box. Look for the S mint mark below the eagle on the reverse. Gold coins like these circulated freely until Roosevelt's 1933 gold confiscation order. Next, a dime worth more than your house. The 1894 S Barber dime is one of the most mysterious coins ever made. San Francisco struck just 24 of them, and only 9 are known today. The story goes that the mint superintendent gave 3 to his daughter, who spent 1 on ice cream. Today, an 1894 S Barber dime sells for $1.5 to $2 million. Check any tiny silver dime dated 1894 with an S mint mark. It would be the discovery of the century. Even regular Barber dimes are worth $5 to $50. Next, we look at a coin from 1885. The 1885 Liberty Head nickel is a quiet rarity. Only 1.4 million were minted, low by nickel standards, and most got worn down to slugs. Today, a decent 1885 Liberty nickel sells for $700 to $2,000, with uncirculated examples reaching $15,000. Look for the large V on the reverse, Roman numeral 5, and the date 1885 on the front. The famous 1913 Liberty nickel, by the way, is worth over $4 million, but only 5 exist. Liberty nickels jingled in pockets during the Gilded Age. Now let's talk about Pioneer Gold. Pioneer Gold coins are forgotten treasures from the California Gold Rush era. Private mints like Moffett and Company, Kellogg and Company, and Was Molitor struck their own gold coins between 1849 and 1855 because the government couldn't keep up with demand. Any genuine Pioneer gold piece today sells for $5,000 to $250,000, depending on rarity. Check any unusual gold coins in family heirlooms. Many were brought home by prospectors and stashed away for emergencies that never came. Real Wild West history. The next coin is a $1,804, or is it? The 1804 draped bust dollar is called the King of American Coins. Here's the twist. No silver dollars dated 1804 were actually struck in 1804. The mint produced them in 1834 as diplomatic gifts, backdated to 1804. Only 15 are known to exist. One sold for over $4 million. While finding a real one is nearly impossible, any early American silver dollar from 1794 to 1804 is worth tens of thousands. Check old family collections carefully and never clean an old coin. It destroys the value instantly. Next, a Confederate rarity. The 1861 Confederate half dollar is genuine American Civil War history. The Confederacy struck only 4 original silver half dollars before running out of bullion. Each one sells for over $800,000. Today, there are also restrikes from 1879 worth $10,000 to $50,000. Check any unusual half dollars from 1861 with Confederate imagery, a Liberty cap and motto. Southern families sometimes kept these as heirlooms passed down through generations. The Civil War created some of the most historically significant coins in American history. Now, let's talk about the famous St. Gaudens. The 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle has a wild story. The U.S. Mint struck 445,500 of these $20 gold coins. Then Roosevelt banned gold ownership and ordered them all melted down. A few escaped. The government hunted them for decades. In 2021, one sold for $18.9 million, the most valuable coin ever sold at auction. Most St. Gaudens Double Eagles from 1907 to 1932, however, are perfectly legal and worth $1,800 to $50,000 depending on date and condition. Check any old gold coins in family safes. The next coin survived a shipwreck. The 1857 S. Liberty Double Eagle from the SS Central America shipwreck is unique. The ship sank off Carolina, carrying tons of California Gold Rush gold. In 1988, treasure hunters recovered thousands of coins from the ocean floor. Today, certified shipwreck 1857 S. Double Eagles sell for $5,000 to $25,000 depending on condition. Some have special pinch of gold provenance markings. If your family has any Liberty Double Eagles, check for shipwreck certification. Real sunken treasure you can hold. Now, let's discuss authentication. Now, let's talk about spotting authentic mint marks, because counterfeits flood the market. First rule, never clean a coin, ever. Cleaning slashes value by 90%. Second, use a magnifying glass to inspect mint marks. Genuine mint marks are crisp and slightly raised. Fake added mint marks often look uneven, tilted, or have tooling marks around them. Third, weigh your coins. A genuine silver Morgan dollar weighs exactly 26.73 grams. If yours is lighter, it's fake. Fourth, get any coin worth over $500 certified by PCGS or NGC. Their slabs are the gold standard. One more rare coin awaits. The 1944 steel wheat penny is the reverse of the 1943 copper error. In 1944, the mint went back to copper, but a few leftover steel blanks slipped into the presses. Only about 30 genuine 1944 steel pennies exist. Each one sells for $75,000 to $200,000. The magnet test works here too. If your 1944 penny sticks to a magnet, you may have a six-figure coin in your hand. Check any wheat pennies you have from the 1940s. Pennies are the most likely place to find a fortune because nobody pays attention to them. One final tip coming up. The 1972 double die. Lincoln penny is your most likely find. Unlike older rarities, this error happened in living memory. Look at the date, 1972. If Liberty and In God We Trust appear noticeably doubled, you've got a coin worth $300,000 to $14,000 depending on condition. About 250,000 of these escaped into circulation. Many are still hiding in penny jars, coffee cans, and dresser drawers across America. Grandparents who saved pennies during the 1970s may have unknowingly stashed real money away. Now check your drawers before someone else finds them. Let me leave you with one final thought. Here's the truth. Most Americans have at least one coin worth more than face value sitting in their house right now. Old piggy banks, sock drawers, basement jars, attic boxes. These are the modern equivalent of buried treasure. Every coin we discussed was once an ordinary penny, nickel, dime, quarter, or dollar that someone tossed into a jar without a second thought. The difference between finding 1,000 and missing it forever is just 5 minutes of careful looking. So tonight, after this video ends, go check those drawers. Your grandparents may have left you a fortune without knowing it. If you enjoyed hunting for hidden treasure today, hit that subscribe button and join our community. We dig up lost pieces of American history every week. The coins, skills, and traditions that built this country and were nearly forgotten. Ring the bell so you don't miss the next discovery. And tell me in the comments, what's the oldest coin you've ever found? Until next time, keep checking those drawers. You never know what fortune your family left behind.